Hey guys, what's up? As you can probably tell, my throat's a bit sore still. But before we start this video, I just want to give a quick shout out. My friend is going to be probably starting up an Arma 2 DayZ mods server. So if any of you guys are interested in that, please leave a comment below. We're looking to get as many people involved as we can. I think it'll be really fun, and I might make some videos on that. So if you have played Arma 2 DayZ mod, and you're interested, then leave a comment or just send me a message, and I'll see what I can do. If you haven't played Arma 2 DayZ mod, it's basically just an open world survival with zombies who don't do anything. It's mainly for the PvP aspect, but yeah, if you're interested, let me know, and we'll get into the video. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, so we're back to our Eidolon 2020, guys, and this time we're going to be looking at Volt. He is basically the same as he was before. Barely anything has changed for Volt. In fact, I don't think anything's changed for Volt. I'll just go through the build quickly though. You can look this up in my other video. I might have changed it slightly since then, but it's really pretty much the same. We're just building for duration and efficiency mainly. Strength doesn't matter too much, just because the only reason that you're going to be using shields with Volt is for the crit chance, or the crit multiplier, sorry, enhancement. So that can just remain as it is because the crit multiplier isn't affected by strength. So yeah, everything else really it's just the same as before. Arcanes, again, personal preference. You can put whatever you want here. I know a lot of people like to go nullifiers just so that when they're placing shields, it doesn't nullify them and they lose all their energy. But, you know, if you're careful enough, you can avoid that. And coaction drift, obviously, interchangeable with whatever kind of Exodus mod you want here. So that's all good. Let's see, Vectis, you don't really even need to have a primary, to be honest. I've got one on anyway, just in case I need to shoot on someone else's behalf, but other than that, we don't actually need a primary weapon. Don't need secondary or melee. No melee at all, just because it will help us get off our Arcwing much faster. And then running Madurai, obviously, for Void Strike down here. And yeah, that's about it really. So we'll just jump into the planes. I know someone in the last video on the Trinity episode left a comment about how I was overstacking, so I will do a bit on that during this video. If you do want to see more about that, then I do have a video called I think it's either Void Strike in depth or Virtuous Shadow in depth, where I show it. It'll probably be Void Strike in depth. So if you want to go and have a look at that, then please do. But right now we're going to jump into the planes and yeah, we'll roll through a Volt run. Alright guys, so we're just waiting at the gate here, about to come out. We'll come out and just dash like we usually do, straight towards where the Vonvolis spawn. And once we've seen them, we'll jump into our Arcwing. I don't know why, but this run, it was a bit buggy, unfortunately. But yeah, we had to make do. But there we go. We've seen the Vonvolists, and then we're just going to head over to the Terrorist. You can use your second ability to make your Arcwing fly a bit faster. I know I still haven't farmed the intrinsic, so I'm not going very fast right now, relatively speaking. But we're just going to place our shields up here in front of the Terrorist and then get back behind him. Unfortunately, we didn't get Wisps on this run, but we're just going to fire our 3 Proper shots here, and usually even without Wisps, it's enough to take down the shield, so there we go. Slightly slow start for us, and we're going to do it again. Just to address that comment left last episode for the overstacking, the way it works is basically if you have one VS shot left and you're in void mode charging, then obviously when you're in void mode, that amount of void strike charge won't go up until you come out of void mode, and it then goes up. So basically how overstacking works is you remain in void mode with one charge left, not coming out, because if you come out, it will obviously just add to your current charge. And in order to come out of void mode and make your void charge sort of carry over, you shoot. So you'll see me do it here. I've got, I think I have. Yeah, there you go. So if you were just watching, you can go back. I do it on Gantalist as well, so we'll watch there as well. But obviously you can see I started stacking my next 8 charges already on ×3 here. But yeah, basically any charge that you would have had you come out of void mode and added onto your single Void Strike charge, it rolls over onto your next one. So if you watch what I do on Gantalist, you'll be able to see it a bit more clearly. And I'll explain how to do it on Gantalist as well, just because it is slightly different about how you place your shields. But right now we're just going to go to the end of the lake here and start placing our pre-shields. Most important part about being Vault, just making sure these are up and ready. All of my teammates have put lock pins down here. You can do this as well, just so you know where they are. I'm not going to sort of run over in depth where these shields are placed. If you want to really know where they are, you can sort of pause the video and figure them out for yourselves. It's not too difficult. They are always in the same spot, so then they don't vary at all. And then we're just going to dash back onto the to the shrine. Make sure that you pick up the shard in your operator mode, and then you can get the shard into the shrine in operator. We're going to fire towards the ground just in case we can get some procs off of our proper there, so that it detonates a bit earlier. And then we're going to go back to the usual head dashing. Right here, this is a bug that can sometimes happen, is where the Harrow's buff doesn't really work on first shield. So just be aware of that. If that does happen, you can just sort of come in and out of operator mode, and you should survive that. But yeah, so you might notice as well that I'm placing one shield in front of him and one under his leg. That's just because one of our teammates in this run is playing Shraxon. If I didn't have a teammate playing Shraxon, then I'd obviously just place the shield in front. I wouldn't bother with the one underneath, but because I'm a nice guy, I decided to do both. But yeah, I'd recommend Proper over Shraxon at this point, just because I find it a lot safer. I say that just as we fail to take down the shield, but in terms of your teammates, you're going to get a lot higher damage output with Proper. It's important to know when to time Proper as well. It's just as the leg lifts up and gets to the top there, you should be able to hit it perfectly. But yeah, we're just going to bounce this backwards and forwards. Now, what I just did, you'll see I put down the shield there, and I'm now charging. I'm on one charge left, and this is now my overcharge. Anything I'm charging up now will carry on to my next 8 Void Strike charges, as you just see in the top right there. So I'm on about 2.01 there overcharge. The reason that I didn't get any higher then was because I actually didn't do the shields correctly. If you want to get a full overcharge on Gantalist, you need to place your shields 3 times in a row. So what I mean by that is my Vault build right now allows for effectively 4 of the Gantalist's limbs to be destroyed. That was a bit of a stupid maneuver I did just there. But it allows 4 of the Gantalist's limbs to be destroyed before you need to replace any of the shields. But that means that for the last shield, you are going to have to obviously come out of Void mode and then place them, which means that your overcharge is going to go onto your single charge rather than going on to your next 8 Void Strike stacks. Again, if you want to know more about the Void Strike overcharging and anything like that, do go and look at my other video, because I explain it a lot better there. But yeah, I'll leave links to those videos in the chat about how to proc Void Shadow and Void Strike, how to use it. They are in the old planes, but they still work exactly the same, so it shouldn't make too much of a difference. So we're just on to the Hydrast here. It's also worth noting as well that our DPS in this run is a Mirage. Bit of an unusual one, but yeah, Mirage can work as a DPS.
Oh my goodness, not selling that shit then.
So yeah, we're just going to keep repeating this now. It's fairly repetitive up to the end. I guess Vault is, out of all of them, I feel like Vault is the one who has maybe changed the least, other than Harrow. Harrow just doesn't change anyway. He's boring in my opinion, but yeah, I mean, the only real difference, I guess, Vault can play a role in speeding up arc wings. So if you're Chroma or whoever your DPS wants, If they want their Arcwing sped up specifically by the Vault, then obviously they can ask for that, and that can be sort of an addition to your role. But I mean, other than that, guys, I think Vault's it's fairly he's fairly as he was before, so wouldn't worry too much about it. Let me know what you guys think of all of these new sort of changes as well. I mean, I've heard a fair few comments about Arcwings and everything, but yeah, I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on it all.
Oh, Luke's back.
But yeah, I think in terms of what needs to be said, I think we've pretty much done it here. Obviously, for the headshot, we want to put down loads of shields for our DPS. Try not to go down too much. In this run, we don't actually have a Trinity, which is why I've gone down a fair few times. We have a Wisp instead to give us a bit more of a speed boost. But yeah, if you want to run a Trinity, that's up to you. And yeah, we're just going to put down shields here. And then head over to the gate. And yeah. So let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.